Hello everyone, Magdalena here, Wolf of Coins. Thank you so much for tuning in for my monthly wrap-up. It's the 5th one already. I cannot believe how quickly it went and that I'm actually keeping up with them, that I'm continuing. So yeah, I'm doing this one a bit early because the next 2 days I won't be able to record freely. So today I'm doing my wrap-up. So usually I talk about my cards for the month, tarot and oracle, and the paintings from my Slavic Soul Oracle that I made, and the books that I read, and so on and so forth. So let's start with the cards. My cards for May were the Magician. This is from the Steampunk Tarot. And number 12, Flame of Surrender from the Triple Goddess Tarot. The Triple Goddess Tarot, which for me is more of an oracle than a tarot, but it's like tarot-inspired oracle. And so it's number 12, so it's something like the Hangman. And number 32 from Medicine Cards, it's the Ant. So I certainly felt like a magician this month because I was fixing my book. So I was like doing, after the first draft, you fix things, then you go through the second draft, you know, so I was doing that. I was preparing the text to be sent to the publishers. And I will soon do that, but yeah, I definitely felt like I'm a magician and working on this project. And then I was done, and this number 12 came. I was so somehow, you know, I felt emptied in a way after finishing this big project because it's a 300 pages novel. So, and I worked really, really intensely on it. So there was some time that I felt like really immobilized in a way. Like I felt like I really needed to just pause, everything on mute, and not do anything important for a while, and just chill and pause. I definitely felt it around the middle of the month. And the Ant, well, it's the busy working ant, so it perfectly matches this like first half of the month for me, and also the end, and you will see why. So I think I actually did work quite a lot with this pause in the middle. So this month the cards really represent everything pretty well. So yeah, another thing that I did was to make this set of prayer beads. Yes, I'm still making them. I don't have enough. So these are prayer beads to connect with Goddess Marzanna, who is also known as Morana or Morena, and she's a Slavic dark goddess. That's why I have the owl here. And the beads are made from garnet. Actually, they were on sale, and I thought, oh my goodness, I gotta get them and use for Marzanna prayer beads. There's a moonstone here, because I like to mark like the middle. There are 21 in here around, so there is 10, 1 and 10. So this is a moonstone, and this is carnelian for color red and blood that I also associate with Marzanna. And yeah, this pretty flower for connecting these three. And yeah, I really like it. So I will be needing this power of like getting rid of things that need to go away, that need to die, because just on Saturday, so June the 1st, I'm going for a couple of days to Poland to start sorting out old things in our, like, my parents' old house, into which I will be moving in with my husband and my son. My parents are living in a different place now, but there are like tons of old stuff, like from like a quarter of century, you know, this house is 24 years old, and it, like, things accumulate. Even though people moved out, they still left stuff, just like me. I also left a lot of stuff there when I moved out. So right now I will have to like go through things, and it's not an easy task for me. So I think I will be like asking for support from Marzanna to like help me part with things, to just go through all those things that are not necessary, that are not needed anymore in my life, so that I don't do all the work and still stay with too many things, you know. So I will probably be using this in June. And other than that, so my paintings maybe, oh no, this little project. So my Golden Botticelli tarot, I did the walkthrough of it some time ago, if you're curious, but I dropped it and nothing happened to the cards, but this regular tack box just got a bit like torn at the bottom, and I thought I could make a new home for my deck. So I used leftovers from knitting my hat. If you're curious about the yarn, it's Malabrigo Rios in the Indiecita colorway. And yeah, this is how it fits here. There is my Golden Botticelli, gorgeous. And I added this golden ribbon because it's Golden Botticelli. So yeah, it was a fast knit, really easy. I did it just like I do socks. So I started here and I just went up without, of course, shaping it like a sock would be shaped. And yeah, and that's that, and it works. It's a nice new house, and I used up some leftover yarn, so everything is perfect. Okay, so maybe now the paintings. So even though I didn't paint for the most of May because I was finishing the book, I actually painted 4 pictures. I just finished the 4th one today. And let's see, where do I start? So if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen them already, but I'll show you anyway. Yeah, so this is maybe not really classical, but my image of God Sparrow, who is the god of fire and the son of the sky god Svarog. And yeah, I wanted to express here that like the double, the duality of the power of fire that can, it can help us, it can give us warmth, but it can also destroy and devour. So he has like both this flamey hair and also this braid that is dark as coal, and it also resembles a snake, which is like the underworld symbol, and he has these feathery earrings that tell you about the heavens, the upper world. And fire was believed by Slavic people to be like a great intermediary between the worlds. So all like the offerings would go through the fire, they would be burned, or also people, when they died, they would be burned, cremated, and thus transformed to the underworld. So yeah, it's this. He's connecting all the 3 worlds. So this is Sparrow. Then I painted. It's like kind of like a fairy-like or demonic creature. This is Munna, and I talked about her in a separate video, so I won't be talking too much right now. But it was nice, like, you know, nice change after this fiery palette here into this like really calm and dark indigo palette. I need such changes, so I try to, you know, to change the subjects in a way that I can breathe more freely. So then, after this dark painting, I did this golden picture, which represents the sacred deer, or lelen, or yelen. And it's a deer with a tree of the world on its head as its horns, and it's a guardian of the tree of the world. In my deck, I will have, I'm planning on having 3 sacred animals. Each of them is like related to one of the 3 worlds. So this is our world, the human world, but the deer was also like a guide through the worlds, because it guarded tree, right? But for the roots of the tree, I will have Zmi or Zmi, which is like a serpent or a dragon, and for the top of the tree, related to the upper region of the world, there will be Rarok, which is a firebird, falcon-like firebird. So for now I have this one. And lastly, today I finished the wind god. Again, a different palette, you can tell. And yeah, so there is a falcon here actually accompanying him, and he has many names in Polish. One of the names is Poświst, and the Eastern Slavic version it's Stribog, so he is the master of winds. And Slavic people really respected wind, and when the wind would blow, they would bow, probably just like they also honored the stars and the moon and the sun. So yeah, this is my Poświst. So 4 paintings, really quickly done. I was on a roll, you guys. And next, where did I put it? What was I supposed to talk about? Oh yeah, the books. So first of all, where did I start with this one? This book. So last month I talked about another book for like about tarot for writers, and I just put them there. So it was this one, Story Arcana, and I also got this one by known on our very well known on our YouTube community, tarot YouTube community, Arwen Lynch, Mapping the Hero's Journey with Tarot, 33 Days to Finish Your Book. And I loved it. This book is amazing. I recommend it to like anyone who wants to create either their first book or their 20th book. You can still probably learn something from it. Also, great sense of humor, which I always value. And also, thanks to this book, I watched the Avatar movie. Because at the beginning she states which movies she will be using as examples. She uses many more, but these are like 4 main movies that she's using as examples to explain steps of the hero's journey. So it was Wizard of Oz, Star Wars, Shrek, and Avatar. And it so happened that when Avatar appeared in the cinemas, I was on my scholarship in Japan, and I actually, we didn't go to the cinema that year because it's very expensive in Japan, and I was a poor student, plus probably it was like 3D, so even more expensive, so I didn't watch it then. And for the next 10 years, I did not watch it. And then I was like, okay, I need to watch it. And I loved it. So thanks to this book, I watched a movie that I really, really loved. So thank you, Arwen. You're awesome. Plus, what I really liked, this book is so clear. It's so well organized. Everything is explained well. It has like great structure. And plus, not only does it have... Why did I put a heart there? I put sometimes hearts next to like quotes that I really like. Where was the heart? Oh, I lost it. Oh yeah. So there are also quotes, and you get, anyone who tells you there's a right way to write is a lying bitch, and Nora Roberts said that. A scene on Angela James's Tumblr. But anyway, so she gives you all like explanations for all of the steps of the hero's journey. And she gives you a lot of spreads too. And she explains like in detail how you're supposed to pull your cards and interpret them. And at the end also you get, this is great, journal prompts. Something inspirational just for you as a writer. So, yeah. What are your rules for writing? Write about some of the rules you've heard that you just have to break, and others, and other, like, there are inspirational quotes. I just love this book. It is so great, and I did use already like some spreads from it. And I highly, highly recommend it if you're about to write something. Then I also read this book just for fun. I borrowed it from a friend. And is Diana Jones, Castle in the Air. And it's a kind of a sequel to Howls Moving Castle. And it's a book that the Howls Moving Castle is a book on which Miyazaki Hayao based his amazing movie by Studio Ghibli. Yeah, I think I watched it like last year or 2 years ago, and you know, I'm a Japanologist, so every Japanologist knows Miyazaki and his amazing movies, but I never had one that I would like the most. And now I do. I know it's Howl's Moving Castle. I was so blown away that it was so amazing. I love it to bits. Like every moment of this movie, I love it, I love it, I love it. So then I read the book, of course. And it's different in tone. It's very cool. But yeah, once you've seen the movie, it's like somehow, you know, it influences your experience with the book. But still, it's worth reading. Really, it's also fun. It's different, but great. And this is and it has a lot of sense of humor. And this is a kind of a sequel to it, but with a different main character. So and then, as you can tell from the cover, it has the Arabian Nights feel to it. So it was fun. And what else? Oh, I also read this book. Actually, I read it yesterday. I just finished it this morning. I was sick, you guys. Like, I got a throat infection. And I just needed to chill, so I read this book. It's it's in Polish, so only for people who read Polish. I recommend it. It's great. It's excuse me. Actually, like London in Victorian times, with elements of magic and mystery story. Lots of fun. And now, oh yeah, about tarot decks. I'm using this deck almost every day for my daily draws. It's so great, and it's the Dark Mansion Tarot. and I'm enjoying it greatly. Like, even when I get cards that are not fun at all, they just, I don't know, they just help me deal with it. They speak to me on some really great level. So yeah, I'm pulling cards from this deck basically every day. A daily draw. And lastly, my cards for June are these. So, as the Page of Cups, number 8, Strength. So it's the same, called the same as in Tarot. And 33, Weasel. So we will see what it means. I hope something good. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. And I'll see you again soon. Bye!